Yes, people. Welcome to Never a Foul. If you've never been here before, this is your transfer news show that we usually do on a Monday.
Right.
What's this brother doing? Anyways, joined here by Patrick, joined by Jay, and also joined by Kunle. And there's a little bit of news on this Monday morning and little stuff that came out yesterday. First and foremost, Arsenal holding talks with Fofana, the first team to make the move. Actually, to be fair, it was reported about a month and a half ago by Santi JFM. That Arsenal were already keen on him anyways. And then there's Nketiah leaving potentially as well for 30 million on top of Smith Rowe for 20 million, both to Fulham, which I find a little bit nuts. That's pure profit right there. You got Douglas Luiz apparently up for sale. Monchi's over at Juve in Italy at his current moment of time, but Liverpool are keeping tabs on top of Man United. Apparently he's worth, or his rumored price is around 70 million. And then you got more like Ten Hag's future soon decided. Yeah. I can't wait because I'm so bored of waiting. I've never known a club to take so long with everything in every period of life. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Yeah, Kunle. Man United have always been long to do everything. Everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, even in Alex Ferguson.
Not worse than us, man. Remember how long it takes for us to get transfers through, bro? We're worse, man.
I know, like, but you know what it is? It's like, I know they're trying to take their time and everything like that, but how much time? How much time? It's like waiting for ex-missus saying that she wants to go on a break or something like that. And she's like, how much time do you want? Because I'm ready to be single. Like, so what is it? You know what I mean? That's the part I'm at, yeah. But what are you man saying anyways?
Oh, yeah, now, my people. It's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, today, you go understand. I'm good. Monday, transfers, rumors. I want to see more football, but we move, man. Let's talk transfers.
Hey, we're not far off. We're not far off. We're about, what? How many days? 14 days? 13 days?
Yeah,
13 days. 12 days. 12 days.
Being greedy.
Yeah, you are being greedy. Like Patrick, where he's eating right now. What are you eating, Patrick?
It's gum, man. I got excited. Sorry, I forgot. It's gum. Oh yeah, but you know what? This Ten Hag thing. Should I go on the Ten Hag thing, or do you want us to go to the transfers? Because
it's up to you. Hey, bro, you can have a whole consensus. I will decide that factor. Don't you?
Man wants to get stuck in, bro. I'm sorry.
Because there was a small argument. As I say, all these arguments happen on the PlayStation chat with my friend. There was an argument I just wanted to ask, and this is not an agenda. So the fact that we started looking at United, how they've fired managers, right? But do you know, Cass, you guys have been firing managers, except Oli, that have actually been winning like trophies, right? So basically, does that show that Arsenal's standard is lower because they're happy?
Oh my God.
No, it's not an agenda. It's just that somebody got triggered on the chat because we asked him that, you know, the new contract they're giving Arteta. I don't know if you've heard about that. So I said on the chat, I'm like, I wouldn't give somebody a contract until they win something and then they earn the contract. Then the Arsenal fan was like, no, he's earned it by finishing second twice and getting closer to Man City. So I give an example. I was like, but Man United have fired. Van Gaal was fired the day after he won the trophy. Here's Ten Hag winning the FA Cup against a very good Man City team, even though they're hungover. That's my agenda. They got a trophy, but he's about to get sacked. So why is Arsenal holding on, giving an advanced contract to somebody before they prove themselves with the trophy?
I think, sense here. Yeah, I first of all, great to see you, Patrick. Hope you're well. Nothing but love. I would say you're not a million miles wrong, but there's nuance. We need to be grey, shades of grey, not necessarily black and white. The logic for me with Arsenal is that Arteta is showing them this is the flaw of the project. Yeah. So if you get rid of Arteta and bring somebody else in, you don't know where the flaw is.
Oh no, I'm not trying to say get rid of him. I'm just questioning the contract now. The contract now. Why is the contract now?
Because, why does it concern you, Mr. Naman? Why does it concern you? Arsenal want to do what they want to do. I don't understand.
Agenda's up to agenda, my brother.
I'll look at it, but I'll look at it like this, Patrick. Is that like for me the logic? I think he's got 1 year left on his contract now. I think Arteta's got 1 year left.
Yeah, about to sign a new contract as well.
So the idea for me is that you wouldn't want your manager going in. If you wanted to keep him, you wouldn't want your manager going into his final year of contract in real time if you want to keep your manager. So it's no team would
This is
do.
the J that I like, man.
Kaz with Bruno Fernandes, yeah.
I like it when he talks like this.
Going into his final year of contract, yeah, with 1 year left, and he doesn't even want him to stay. But Kaz still wouldn't let him go into the final year of the contract. It's protecting your assets as well, just as much as, you know. And I for me, I would look at it even less as, okay, we're rewarding him for success, and more we're protecting our asset. We're making sure that, you know, if we're going to be buying this guy £200 million worth of players, let's at least make sure this guy's going to be here next year, in as much as what we can do as a club. Everyone has individual autonomy. So Arteta could still get up and say, I'm leaving. The contract, we've all seen contracts, they don't stop you being able to do anything. A la, you know, even if there's clauses in the contract, 40 million and one, Luis Suarez, what are they smoking over there kind of vibes. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. But I think from my point of view, Arsenal fans, it's nice for Arsenal fans because it's a beautiful divide thing. Great conversation topic. You'll get the egals who are like, we need to protect the managers. You'll get the league gunners like, why are we giving a new contract to somebody who hasn't won? You know, I think with this kind of thing, there's no right answer because Arsenal haven't won a trophy in the last few years. So because of that, I find it almost impossible. Any answer somebody gives to this is relatively justified.
Is it unfair though for this genius Ten Hag who's won 2 trophies in 2 seasons being given? I think he has to stay. Come on, Cass.
Ten Hag has to. Do you know what? Do you know what, Patrick? On a real.
Can I just say quickly, Cass? The idea for me is like, it's United fans have almost, their chickens have come home to roost with Ten Hag because they spent so long telling other clubs that winning is the be-all and end-all of what's important from a club. Now they've got a manager that's won in back-to-back seasons. There's very little justification for those fans who push that narrative to then say, get rid of Ten Hag. Because you've said that winning is the most important thing.
Yeah.
So now I want to hear the justification for winning 2 trophies in 2 years, having
sacked.
a number of injuries, and then being sacked.
And on top of that, Jay, look, no matter what anyone thinks about Ten Hag, innit, I've just dropped 2 trophies in 2 seasons on your head top, innit? Yeah. If that doesn't mean I deserve at least a chance with this new structure for at least a season, then what does? Because just like Jay was saying, winning is the be-all. You guys, always the thing that Kaz says, we speak fluent trophy. Okay, the guy's giving you a reason to speak that language, and you're telling me you want to get rid of him, man. No, it doesn't add up. Like, at least give him a chance with this new structure.
You know what?
It makes sense. You know it makes sense.
You know what? No, you know what it is. Yeah. All right, let's dive into this. Yeah. So this week is said to be around Wednesday. Like, that's the latest. Apparently Wednesday. I don't believe so because this club in it the way it is. But by Wednesday, you should know that the answer for someone like Ten Hag, right? Yes, you should be given a chance within structure and stuff like that. But it's not about giving him a chance because things were shit behind him. There's other reasons that's like got on my nerves. Let's forget about all the records that he's broken all of a sudden, yeah? Because I think manager can share that with player blame. A manager does not put our team to go get slapped 7-0 at Anfield. Do you know what I mean? That's done players. Do you get what I mean? But at the same time, you deploy certain tactics and they don't live up to it. It's for me, it's more how he deploys the tactics, you know, the one build up, the one midfielder, like you're banning the midfield for the defense. And even though you're getting peppered by, let's say, 100 shots per month, 100 shots per month at your goal, right? That's where my issue is. So it's not even a defense, even though he has had different defenders and stuff like this. Like you shouldn't need to have specialists in every single position for you to go and get a decent result or play a good brand of football at least.
I hear you, but
hear me out. We got bopped off the pitch by Burnley. Yeah, we got bopped off the pitch by multiple crap teams, right? And that's my issue.
Bopped off City and Liverpool off the pitch. So
but we didn't bop them off because I'm not joking. Yeah, this is my opinion. Yeah, and feel free to butt in as well. Like, I don't want it to be one of them shows where you can't say nothing. But let me land on this part, right? With him, but specifically, it's like anyone can play counter-attack. We didn't bop City off the park. They gave it to us and we just nullified them by counter-attacking. Most teams can do that in the league. That's not counter attack. That's anyone can play
How
counter
can you
attack.
say? How can you say you beat City and it's not a tactic though?
I know,
They're the best team in the world, bro. What are we doing here, bro?
Hear me out.
Like,
Counter attack.
that's the only
hear me
loss
out. Hear me out.
outside the Real Madrid thing,
One
right?
sec.
This
Look,
year.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
A
So
cup
what are we
game.
doing
All
here?
right, a cup game is a cup game. Yeah, I understand that sometimes you have to concede to be to counter attack, a bit like Real Madrid even had to do that at the Etihad. But it's when it comes to Old Trafford, right? And I'm seeing teams like Tottenham coming in and playing football, right? When it's at Old Trafford. No, one sec. When it's at Old Trafford. When Liverpool are at Liverpool, they bop Man City more time for majority of the game. Do you get what I mean? Because they deploy sustainable football to continue and try and actually work on something. Man City should be scared when they come somewhere like Old Trafford, realistically. But they come here and take it as a joke. And yes, we might defend for our lives and get a result, but that's not sustainable. That's what I'm trying to say. What he's deployed with his current batch, don't get me wrong. I actually don't. I think I kind of changed my mind on Bruno Fernandes. I think I want him to stay. I'll be honest.
I told you, Cavs.
No, I think I want him to stay.
We
because
got there. We got there.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Yeah, hear me out a little bit. Yeah, because it's just like speaking to Jay. I don't think Jay provides bad points ever. Sometimes he gets carried away by his agenda, but it's true. You deploy something around him short term, anyways, because his age, and you can surround with Bruno, and you get the right profiles. I think he will thrive because at this moment of time, everything's just potential, and we need results as much as we need sustainability. Right? A bit like how City formed when they first came up. A bit like how Newcastle formed when they just got Bruno Gomes. They formed something and became an absolute unit when everyone's available. Like I understand that part. It's just, but with Ten Hag specifically. Why I personally want him to go, and I wouldn't be mad if he even stayed at this point. I'm going to be honest. It's got to that point that's like, I want to see who's going out more now. But for me personally, like, I'm on the fence a little bit. I'm back on the 50-50 wave because but I would prefer fresh air. Yeah. And you look, and also, I just don't like the way he plays football in it. Like, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it.
I'm glad you're willing to be a bit open-minded with this situation.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like with all the problems that are going on in the back room at United, and also with as much as we don't want injuries, that you have had some key injuries at like large portions of the season. So, and regardless of all that, he still was able to pull out another trophy against all the odds.
I know.
Like, surely you deserve. Like, I'm saying, don't allow him to do anything involved in transfers this summer. That's for sure. Like, because his talent ID seems to suck in it. So just let someone else focus on that, and then he just focus on getting a chance.
Let me piggyback on that just before you come back on the cast, because the thing is there's many a good coach who've destroyed their own team by being given too much autonomy. Two of the biggest examples I can think of in my head are Brendan Rodgers and Conte. Yeah, and people might think, oh, those names are. When Rodgers had that Liverpool team, that had all the right profiles with all the right players, they were a Gerrard slip away from winning the league.
Yeah, they were.
As soon as he lost some of those profiles from that team, and he himself had the right of veto to add certain players, they missed out on Sanchez, I think, and they ended up getting Balotelli and Ricky Lambert. The team fell apart. You look at Conte. After Chelsea won the league the following season, he wanted Lukaku. He got Morata. He wanted a certain DM. He got Bakayoko. And the quality of the team dropped. So what I'm trying to say by that is sometimes you have coaches and you have to say to yourself, De Zerbi's a good example, yeah? I watched De Zerbi with Brighton, and when they had McAllister, Caicedo, Colwill in that team, they were a top six side and they were capable of moving on. When they lost those profiles from that team the following season, I'm watching a team that's incapable of outpassing Burnley or incapable of profiles, and availability of players is very important. Now, that's not to say that Ten Hag hasn't stunk up the joint in a number of games and opportunities. But on the other hand, the argument of it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Yeah. The sum total of what United achieved this season was to get into the Europa League, and they won a cup. Had United finished fifth, not won anything, they would have been closer to the top four. And from a fan point of view, they might be like, okay, we got more points. We didn't get battered as often. But you wouldn't have won a trophy.
Yeah.
And also, I would be more scared of a United with Ten Hag this season than a new manager, personally.
No,
Yeah.
you know, but it's more than that. All right, hear me out, yeah. And I'm trying to play devil advocate for people that want Ten Hag in and want him out at the same time. And big up for everyone that's just come over from Saeed's channel as well. Do smash the like button. Likes are very, very important. 15 minutes gone. I don't really ask people these days because, frankly, it's just boring. Like, and I would probably get annoyed if someone's consistently asking me to keep smashing it. So if you do it once, you don't have to do it again. Like I said, if you're on dark mode and you smash the like button, you'll look like me. If you're on light mode and you smash the like button, it'll look like the rest of the panel. So there you go. But no, for me, it's just like it's not more than just a tactic part of it. It's the way he manages certain personalities as well. He doesn't rotate enough. Like he's stuck with an Anthony over an Ahmad or something. Someone that's got clear talent to the way you want to play or something like that. He might play McTominay. He's only realized that Amrabat is the perfect kind of partner for Kobe going forward for this moment of time. There's just things like that that really have just got under my skin. And this is why it's like, I don't know if he is that guy to keep Man United going forward. I don't know what people think in the comments, and I don't know what Patrick, even what you think, to be fair. But I just feel like he needs something new, just something fresh, something where you can build a block upon, because right now, I don't think he's got the minerals to perform at somewhere like Man United. I think the pressure's too much for him. And there's some managers that can't live up to that pressure. You can tell by his press conferences. You can tell from he looks like he's aged 5 years, and that's what Man United does to you. But guess what? You either thrive of it or you don't. This is my issue. This is why I'm conflicted. But at the same time, I hate lots of these players, and I hate their personalities. I don't like their attitudes and stuff like that towards obviously the beautiful game and obviously Man United, because the badge means more than the players. But do you get why I'm conflicted a lot? Because I'm pro Ineos. I'm pro Ineos. Whatever they decide, I will back it. Do you understand? Until I can't. And even if I say I'm Ineos out, what's that gonna do? Yeah, they're gonna just pack up and fuck off. No, they're not. So that's the way I'm looking at it. I just don't feel. I think Ten Hag is too much of a risk to go forward with, because imagine you have to chop and change because it's the same old problems 3 months in. And then you got a Chelsea situation, Graham Potter all over again, and you're Chelsea 2.0. No offense to Chelsea fans, but you know what it is.
Yeah,
but that could be the same. No, go, sorry, Patrick. Go.
Yeah, it's just that. Sorry, I just wanted to say this. It's a difficult one, you know. That's the thing. You guys want trophies. I think it was said from the beginning. You guys always want trophies at United. You say you have to win trophies. Mm-hmm. This man, when I saw the lineup and said he's got players back, especially in this final, he managed to perform. And every time he's got few players back, I want you to check. He's actually performed in games that people thought he would not perform in. I don't know about I don't know what's happening to Ten Hag, because I used to admire this fella. I used to say this guy, maybe when Pep
did you admire him, or was it kind of like the highlights kind of thing that we sometimes do?
No, it's
the reports say he plays nice football. I kind of caught that Champions League run with Ajax, and we extrapolate an opinion.
Jay, is that exactly that? But Patrick's not going to admit to it. He's not going to admit to it. Because you think about Ten Hag's team, and you're like, that Champions League run. You just look back like this, like that Champions League run.
I know, man. And I was watching. I used to watch the training, the Ajax training, when he was doing them. I was like, is this what's happening? But it didn't happen at
United. Patrick. Remember the video? You never watched a single Ajax training session in your life.
He was watching. Sorry, but he was watching Patrick Ireland, the one that used to play for Man City, right, Patrick?
Yeah, but no. Look,
Patrick, don't kill me, bro.
Remember after that Champions League football they were playing, I started seeing videos of him in training with the Ajax team, like those videos and how he was the way he was putting the players, how they were playing, like City do the run the way we passed the ball. Theirs was intense.
You mean when Pep's talking to all the gins in front of him, like you can't see, like, and be like, wait.
I know, but I'm saying when he was doing it, he was intense, and people were like, this is what he's done at Ajax. He's evolved what Pep had. So I was like, oh, this guy is a genius. I don't know if that's happening at United, because I'm looking at the profile of players. I was like, can these players actually do that? Because those Ajax players were born and bred from the Ajax academy, isn't it?
Exactly. And any players brought in, he had no involvement in as well. I think the mistake made was he got way too involved and lost in his thoughts for the transfers, and that kind of helped him come back. But on top of that, again, look, I'm from an era where every trophy should be celebrated. So he's won you 2 in his first 2 seasons, and you lot were celebrating like crazy to then dismiss the guy that's given you those moments of joy in the last 2 years. I get it. And Kaz is right. He has a right to be conflicted because there is a lot of bullshit in the United team. Sometimes you look at that starting lineup, you're thinking, this is Man United. This is crazy.
It's bad.
So maybe he needs a bit of money, needs a bit of structure, and to remove the responsibility that he has been having. Because you can't really say he can't deal with the pressure because he still brought 2 trophies.
I just wanted to land one point before you went. Go. So the way trophies. Listen, I'm a Spurs fan, so people will be like, people in the comments will be like, "Oh, what do you know about trophies? What do you mean?" What's it? Empty cabinet
empty cabinet.
I can't say that I've ever seen that person play. But what I would say is that. When you win a trophy, I think I look at it like joy. And
good player.
Yeah. And techers. A little bit on the open side, but when it gets, ball out. But yeah, I look at it like joy. So when you win a trophy, you get X amount of joy unleashed in one go. Yeah. But when you're playing a team and your team plays good, like Arsenal or whatever, all season, you'll drip feed joy through the season. Yeah. Now, come the end of the season, you probably will have a similar amount of joy in both situations. Yeah. It's just one joy you get in one go. So it's just like an outpouring of emotion. The other joy, you drip fed it through the season.
Today's TED Talk.
So going back to the United point on Ten Hag and stuff, both sides are right. Yeah. You cannot abdicate responsibility of what we've seen from United facing shots and how they've defended off the ball and everything like that just because they won a trophy. You cannot just disregard that. However, winning a trophy is probably the best barometer to say, hey, there's something more to this team than we've seen so far. Do you know what I mean? So to me, I look at it like I don't think the people who are annoyed at Ten Hag are wrong, and I don't think that just winning that game against City should necessarily be enough for him to keep his job. But the manner of the victory was impressive to me, and does bring more questions than answers. Like I think the way you won that game. If I'm Ineos, I'm not sure. But also, by the same token, are you, Kaz? I'm pushing this back to you now. Are you annoyed by the owners not having made a decision yet? Do you think that's indecision from a new board who've come in who should be making the right decisions moving forward? How do you feel about the club not making a decision so far?
All right, cool. It is bare annoying, but the thing is, this is Man United fans typically in a nutshell, right? We was annoyed the fact that everything got leaked so quick, and things were just getting out left, right, and center. But as soon as we shut up shop, and you don't get any leaks, and they want to take time in decisions and stuff like that, we also get annoyed. But I think they're taking too much time with this as well, because if you're backing him, surely you would have came out by now after a review. A review don't take 7 days, bro. It takes one meeting to know what a review is. I'm not being funny, of 2 years only. There's not a lot to go through, in my opinion, right? And there's a few incidences and whatnot. Why have you not come out and backed him and said, you know what, we're going to keep you going further forward? Let's be real. Ineos didn't expect us to win that cup final. That's why they deactivated their account, because they're ready to sack him. That's the way I look at it. Like, don't think you can fool me, because you know you was going to get hounded. Do you know what I mean? This is even like, I just don't know. Like, I feel like we need a decision now because it is June, and I want Elise in. I want many others. We've just been linked to Douglas Luiz right now as we speak. Why Casemiro is shipped off to apparently Saudi for a rumored of 90 to 100 million euros. I don't know where that price has come from. But the maddest thing is the Casemiro stuff, which we can talk about. Yeah, is like, yes, I want him to leave. I think he's on his last legs. He should go out there, go play with your boy Ronaldo, go win some stuff, be at the best. I don't know if they are the best Saudi club out there, right? But 80 to 90 to 80, I'm like, if you can pull that off, I am pro plus Ineos. Do you understand?
You should be, mate.
Plus Ineos, yeah. Like, I don't know where you find that, but if you can get that money and then you say, you know what, we're going to replace him with Douglas Luiz, I'm going to be.
I think you'll do well to. I think you'll do well to get 30 million for him. To be fair,
Yeah, even 15.
I think the thing is,
if they pull off 50 plus, they've done very well.
I think they made a mistake. I think they made a mistake, Jay. When they were writing, I think they put an extra.
The decimal point.
It was just 9 million.
Stage 1 maths. Clearly, I appreciate that.
That's not.
But can I ask you this thing? Obviously, like, and for the rest of the panel, I'm not scared of a Ten Hag United, right? But
exactly,
there is some good stuff that he's done. Yeah. If we weigh up, you look at it. Okay, some of the young players who come through. Yeah, he is bringing through young players. He's done well with that. Some of the signings, like Alessandro and stuff, they've been good signings.
Onana.
Yeah. So the thing is, I get what you're saying. 2 trophies in 2 years. Yeah. Domestically,
bite your arm off for one of those, mate.
Domestic, but before Ten Hag got appointed, if I said to you, Kaz, that you would win 2 trophies in 2 years, and you'd have a squad of young players that potentially could take the next step, but you needed some money into the infrastructure.
What's going on with Jay today, bro?
Would you take it?
Fire,
would you take it? So there's a lot of people in the comment section who are like, no, we got -1 point and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah.
That's unforgivable.
But this context that you're offering to sack Ten Hag is not the same level of context that you offer other clubs when they don't win or when
sometimes,
they do win.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to look at a level of trophy. Like you just said, don't get blinded by a trophy, right? And I know you asked me that question.
Blinded.
Yeah, but the thing you say trophy, yeah, but it sounds like that's how it's coming across. And this is where I'm looking at.
Is that not the offset of what we're saying then? As in, you've not performed well. But this season, see enough, Kaz, in what you've seen. You don't see enough so far.
I don't see enough. I think. Look, I was raving about this guy before anything, anyways. Yeah, but Kobe Mainu was always going to be a part of whoever the manager was going to be. Let's be real. Garnacho was young player of the year at that point, and he was going to be a part of the South no matter what. But what about the other ones? Like,
what about this, Kaz? Because can I ask you this question? Yeah, would you swap Ten Hag for Tuchel right now?
Yeah.
That's he would. That's easy. That was too easy. That was too easy. I'm giving someone else.
Yeah, it's
now because but Kaz, you see, like one sec, Jay, one sec. Okay. Now, like in terms of United fans, they've been complaining for seasons that it's more than the manager. It's more than the manager. Now they've gone to the point of fixing that. In the mix of them fixing that, this guy's got you 2 trophies. Like give him a shot when things are, as you've said it, fixed or like in the fixing process. Give him 1 year and then you can reevaluate. At least he's got no excuses now. I believe he's earned the right. Surely he's earned the right.
Well, guys, the thing is just before I want to say that, it's like Kaz didn't hesitate when I said, would he swap Tuchel? But Tuchel finished 3rd in a traditional 1-team league. Yeah. If it hadn't been for them beating Arsenal, and no offense, Kunle, I think you guys bottled that tie a little bit. You might agree in certain aspects. You probably should. Going into that game, most people had Arsenal.
1-0 up. It was in our control.
1-0 up across the tie, and you went out. But so Tuchel finished 3rd, and Tuchel had a bad season domestically. Didn't win any trophies, and to me, he is
which season? Is it the UCL one or the next one? The next one or the UCL one, Jay? Which one? The UCL one or the after?
No, I'm saying the domestic league. He had a poor season domestic.
After the UCL, after he won the UCL.
And so
talking about Chelsea. Not talking about Chelsea.
No, I'm talking about Bayern. So I'm basically trying to. I'm not trying to convince anyone to keep a manager at AW. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to understand is the rationale behind Tuchel coming in off a bad season and him keeping his stock. Do you see what I'm trying to say? What I'm trying to say is Ten Hag can have a bad season and he loses all of his stock. Tuchel can have a bad season and he's kept his stock enough for United fans to say, hey, swap this guy for this guy.
I can't stand Tuchel. I don't get the Tuchel hype personally.
I don't think Tuchel's that great a domestic manager.
I think the Champions League has given him a lot of extra unnecessary hype around his name personally.
No, but hear me out, Like I said, one thing he does, is I know he's a bit of possession manager and whatnot. It's kind of similar, but his build-up's a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and not say like I didn't see that PSG team he used to cook under, yeah, and look at the team he did have anyways. But it's not the point. Like for me with Tuchel, one thing I know I'm going to get a solid defense. Two, I'm not being funny. I don't think at the end of Bayern's reign, Tuchel started cooking more. Yeah, started cooking more because Kimmich decided he wants to listen to him. I'm not being funny. The club brought him Eric Dyer.
He turned out to be his best. He turned out to be one of his best defenders.
So it goes to show.
Yeah.
At the same time, it goes to show Bayern's whole board back and all that kind of stuff didn't really give him much of a basis. Tuchel's not my favorite anyway.
Everyone was screaming Tadibo before he went to Bayern. They gave him Harry Kane. Like,
hold on. Yeah, no, I hear that. Actually, was it him that started off with the Harry Kane? Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Harry Kane performed. But in my base of a Tuchel rather than a Ten Hag is that I know that Tuchel, when it comes to the top teams, they're gonna have a hard time against Tuchel. They will have a hard time, no matter what. And guess what? He can still dominate games as long as they know what they're doing. Man United embedded it. The difference is what you lot need to understand when you say cup managers, this and that. Man United's embedded in trophies, yeah, over the last 20 years. So however you want to look at it, I think we're like one off Chelsea in the last 20 years. How about that? So on that consensus as well, I know I'm going to win trophies at this club because that's what it's about. So I think you even bring in someone else that has a sustainable way of playing and something that's a little bit more pleasing on the eye, something that should be attacking, something that actually is coached. I feel like whoever they bring in will end up doing well. But I don't. Either way, that's what I say about this. Even if it's Tuchel, even if it's De Zerbi, even if it's whoever, not him though. One of these managers these days, like it's gonna be a building block, anyways. Do you understand? It's gonna be a building block regardless. So whoever comes in, you're either gonna hit the ceiling and go further beyond, or you're gonna get sacked regardless. So that's why. That's why I want a building block of a basis of someone like De Zerbi. I'd rather have 2 years of someone like De Zerbi to know this is how we're going to play, this is what the style they want, and this is what we're going to implement. If you can't make it in the next couple of years and stuff like that, at least he's implemented a style and an identity at Man United rather than chaos ball with no identity.
Wait, can I ask you something, Cass? So before I forget, let me ask you this. What if you get De Zerbi, right? And he comes in and he plays the pretty football. And I love his football, by the way. And even though some City fans hate him, Pep seems to rate him highly, apparently. Even the City board rate him highly. So let's say De Zerbi comes in and he doesn't win trophies, but plays pretty football. Is that what you want? Pretty football and structure, no trophies. Let's say he continues with no trophies. Are you going to give him time?
It's more identity. I want
identity. And you finish in the same position you finished this season as well.
But he plays good football.
I want identity.
So what you saying? No trophy next season, same position as Ten Hag, but you have you kind of have an identity. Would you?
No, kind of. I want an identity. The thing is, my man have been. The thing is with Ten Hag for me, he abandoned principle. Do you understand? So with abandoning principle of what we thought was going to bring over from Ajax to say that these players can't play this way, and then all of a sudden you want to play counter-attacking football to get results, and then all of a sudden the next season you don't even play the Ajax way or however you want to label it. You want to bring off certain players because you want to play more football, and then it even backfires on you. It makes no sense. The thing with De Zerbi, you're cooking with man like Van der Heck or whatever his name is, and Lewis Dunk and Veltman, who he used to have at his Ajax team, I believe, and also more players than that with injuries, and he's still bossed Manchester United. He's still bossed other teams. Of course, Brighton's got a ceiling. Of course, they got a ceiling. Now, if I give him better players, even remotely decent enough players, I reckon he'll bring us an identity and something sustainable enough that you could build off of. That's what the thing is. I'm in a position where I'm not Chelsea. I'm not Arsenal, and I'm not a Tottenham at this moment in time. I need an identity. It's like Tottenham were playing under Conte and so forth and played absolute disgusting football, and all of a sudden changed it to click of the fingers, no Harry Kane, and they finished fifth. And I'm not saying that's something to build off of. Do you understand? Until you get an 11, until you get a squad that's good enough. I don't know if Ten Hag can do that. That's the thing is, I think it's too much of a. It's just not healthy to go into something new with someone that's so conflicted by the fan base, and then you're gonna all of a sudden change your way up because you need to get results because your identity is not good enough for your philosophy, however you want to label it. I don't know, but I'm at this point. If just to wrap up, if Ineos want to stay with this guy, they can stay with this guy. Like it is what it is, but that's on them. And we'll see where we go from there. Let's see if he changes it up. Let's see what his man management's like. He might be able to get helped out by Ineos, but I don't know. The question is, I don't know. But let's be real. None of you are scared of a Man United Ten Hag, even if he is probably cooking.
No, we're not.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
So
I'm
that
not
that
scared
says
of a
everything.
Can
you
I
I'm
said.
ask?
not scared of a Tuchel
Can I answer
Ten
that?
Hag next
Can I
season.
answer that? A lot of people keep saying
I mean,
De Zerbi was
Tuchel, Man
exposed.
United. Sorry.
I don't think he was exposed. I think Brighton let him down by selling the key players. He keeps building teams, but they keep selling key players. That's why I think Brighton didn't do well this season. So De
And
Zerbi wasn't exposed.
and
at all.
injuries
He
for
was
someone like
exposed.
Brighton to have injuries the way they did.
Mitoma was not there, one of the stars of his team.
Yeah.
So
And obviously with
Yeah,
the way I look
didn't
at it,
have Ten Hag have just as many
and
injuries to do.
he had Europa League, which he got cast, by the way.
But there's a difference though, because De Zerbi still stuck to his football. Ten Hag decided
Bro,
not to
one is stuck with a James
Fair.
Milner. One is stuck with a James Milner.
One's got a trophy and is playing in Europe.
Yeah, but one had a James Milner, and the other one had someone like flipping Casemiro. Do you get the difference? Like this, bro. It's night and day. Brighton's squad is night and day compared to United.
James, bro.
Allow it.
No, but the thing is, like, I think with Brighton as well, like Brighton's the sort of club that is like they don't get over analyzed until they start to be like on the mainstream. So then you start analyzing some of the decisions, and if I'm De Zerbi, I would allow no negative PR for De Zerbi. First of all, he got the Brighton's highest position ever. So ever. So they've not. It's not like they've won trophies to say, oh well, this guy won and you didn't. Okay, they won no trophies and you've got the highest position. So therefore, you are their greatest manager. Yeah, fact. So starting from basic points of view, he is Brighton's greatest manager. Secondly, you had Caicedo and McAllister as your pivot, and you lost both of those, and then you give me a Billy Gilmore, James Milner pivot. Yeah. A James Milner pivot.
Sorry,
I thought you were saying and who? No, Dahoud. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So you give me Dahoud as well, yeah. And then on top of that, you give me Solly.
Oh, they lost Basuma. They lost Basuma too.
Yeah, but listen, to be fair to them, and now this is where they had Mwepu, and he would have been great, but he had the heart issues, and they lost Mwepu, and there's no conditioning for losing a player for things that are unrelated to football. See United and Greenwood. See United. Do you see what I mean? United lose a player like Greenwood, and you don't expect to lose that player forever based purely off football. It's off.
And then having Thursday nights to balance out squads and stuff like that. This is what I'm saying. You know how hard that is. It's always going to be tough for Brighton. They've never been abroad.
So the thing is that now I can see Company get his side relegated, but get a job at Bayern. And people are going to tell me
that's a miracle.
People are going to tell me that Brighton.
People
are going to tell me Brighton regressing from 6th to 10th after a catalogue of injuries and losing 3/4 of their first team last season is enough to tell me that De Zerbi's not a top manager. Are you insane? Are you nuts?
Wait, hold on. No. De Zerbi's a top manager.
Of course, De Zerbi's a top manager. Because the thing is, in the criteria that people are using now, in terms of we're profiling managers now. So what we're doing now is it's not about what you've achieved.
Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing here now.
That's just giving a full consensus. Hey, that's what we're doing now, guys. Sorry, go on. Tell us what we're doing, Jay.
We're profiling managers now, yeah. And so what we're doing is we're saying the idea. Do you know what I mean? It's the idealistic point of view. It's like I see what you're trying to do. It's the managerial equivalent of let them land. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I can see the. So what we're trying to do here now is all these teams. What you think Maresca has enough of a CV that he did? Why does Maresca deserve the Chelsea job more than De Zerbi? He doesn't. He doesn't.
Imagine this as well. Imagine this. If and when Pep leaves, if De Zerbi took over, no one's batting an eyelid. They're not questioning it. No one's questioning it. No one's questioning it.
Because they're believing that the players are enough to mitigate any gap in technical ability. The way I see it,
give De Zerbi at least say maybe a Sancho, a Bruno, and Hobbies and stuff like that.
He's cooking.
Lissandro, you're cooking. Lissandro,
yes,
Tadibo,
let us see it first. Let us.
Anana is one of the better football keepers.
My man had Solly March looking like Cole Palmer. I am highly confident what he'd be able to do with players like Sancho. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's the point. People will be in the comments like, De Zerbi is like Ange, bro. Garnacho, listen, I like a lot of your points, but you're commenting and you say Enzo Maresca deserves it more. Enzo had the best squad in the championship and limped over the line, promotion-wise. Yeah, limped over the line. Let's see what this Chelsea team with young players who are used to freedom do when they're faced with a manager that's saying, don't leave that area. You need to do this, do that. That's all you need to do. Are they going to reject that? Are they going to push back on it because they're used to playing with freedom under Poch, and now you're going to take them the other way? I don't know what Enzo's going to do, but I will say that looking at Steve Cooper, who's taken someone up, looking at Company, who's taken somebody up, hell, even looking at Scott Parker, who took Fulham up a few seasons ago. Yeah, I need to see a little bit more before I start saying that this manager who's done something at a lower level, it's like the equivalent of me saying, hey, do you want Adam Armstrong to lead your attack next season? You're going to say no. And I'll say, hold on. I'm going to say, hold on, but he was a championship top scorer. Why don't you?
By the way,
Chelsea looking to sign, what's his name? What's that guy for Leeds?
What, Archie Gray?
Summer. Is it Summer?
Somerville.
Yeah, it's not just them.
That's
It's
their
Liverpool,
market now. Championship managers, championship.
It's Liverpool.
market,
Yeah, Liverpool
whatever.
are looking at him as well, though.
Summerville is good.
Yeah, apparently they're signing towards it. Do I see it? Not so much, but maybe they see something in him that I don't.
Sign him then, Patrick.
Yeah. By the way, anyways, look, there's 400 people in the house. Please smash the like button. We're like 50 off of 200, and on top of that, we are like 17 subscribers off of 23k. 16 subscribers off of 23k. 16. So if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe and everything like that along the lines. But moving on from Man United and everything, because there's a big conversation about that, is Arsenal yet again obviously linked with a midfielder. So Fofana is apparently someone that you've held talks with, right? And also it's just coming today as well, right? But Emil Smith-Rowe leaving, which is another midfielder. Nketiah, which is a striker, leaving, meaning there might be a striker coming in. 30 million apparently from Fulham, which is a decent deal. That's what they were going to line up for Broja, which they didn't, or Broja. Douglas Luiz is someone that had tipped with as well, couldn't they? Your team. Douglas Luiz and Fofana. Apparently, Douglas Luiz between 60 and 70 million. Aston Villa need to sell for their profit and sustainability ruling as well, and they need to sell off one of their big assets. They already got Kamara. They're about to sell off Zaniolo, by the way. I think he just left to Villarreal, which was surprising. One season, there's a bit of money laundering there for sure. So on that notice, allegedly, Douglas Luiz, Fofana, and Bruno Gomes is looking like the three kind of key midfielders that Arsenal are looking out for. Which ones would you want?
Me, I like Fofana.
You be Arsenal fan?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah,
you be Arsenal fan. Relax. Nah, so to be honest, when it comes to looking for all action 6 or 8, going to the French league is definitely a place that I love to go. Like in terms of the market, they got abundance of those type of players. So do you get me Fofana for what they said, 30 mil or something like that? That's a steal because it allows us to pump a lot of money elsewhere. But the fact of Douglas Luiz, I think value for money, Prem experience, the season he's just come off the back of as well. I'd probably get Douglas Luiz over Guimaraes because I'm hearing they're saying 100 million plus for that guy.
How much do you think you can get Douglas Luiz for though?
Kaz just saying 60-70, you know?
Less than 75. I think you're doing a bargain on Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, it's a bargain. Let me give you some quotes.
They're saying over 100 M for Bruno though.
Fofana said this, by the way, before I'm not too sure how long ago, I think only yesterday, before he says, I've spoken about it with the hierarchy, aka Monaco. It isn't a secret. We had the exchanges and they agreed to accompany me with this new stage. So he wants to leave, basically. If it doesn't happen, a move, I still have a year left and I'll be happy to stay. We're in agreement that we would accompany each other in this process in which everyone would be a winner, be it me or the club. So that means Monaco would definitely be willing to cash in. 20 million is rumored. Aston Villa, what he's saying is that it's reported that Villa will let one of their most valuable stars go in order to remain within the boundaries of the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. And obviously the most sustainable player that they could probably leave at this moment of time that's going to fetch them a nice price is actually Douglas Luiz. And if Bruno Gomes is one of them players that you might want to go for as well, on top of that, obviously you're paying an arm and a leg. But on top of that, apparently Liverpool have now come in the race for him, which is not allowed to happen, by the way. Just letting you know.
So why don't you want it to happen?
You think I want to see Bruno Gomes link with McAllister and that? Are you mad? Like, no.
Are Liverpool going to pay that money, though?
Don't forget to pay 100 million for Caicedo. Remember, don't pay 100 million for Caicedo from nowhere.
That's true. That's actually true.
I can see Fofana going to Liverpool.
Man United, Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool are all linked with Fofana and
I
PSG.
would like I'd like Spurs to get in on that because that's the sort of deal that.
Hey, whoa.
No,
Whoa there. Hey,
listen,
Well, you're
I'm,
linked with
you got
another player.
Basuma, bro. You got
You're linked with
Basuma.
Yeah,
Relax.
You're linked with Eze, Tony, who prefers Chelsea apparently,
Yeah.
and also now Ryan Shirky from Lyon.
we're not getting Cherky. I'm not. But the one thing I like Eze. I've always thought that Eze was going to join Tottenham this summer. It's been kind of a thought that I've had because simple things like simple mind, simple things. You know, he's got the same agency. As,
Why would you want Fofana then if you got Basuma? Do you want
no,
more? Because Højbjerg's leaving?
Well, Højbjerg's leaving. Lo Celso's probably leaving. So that we got 2 spaces in the midfield. Bergval's coming in. This wonder kid. So I'm hoping he hits the ground running.
He's the right winger, isn't he?
No, Bergval's the Frankie de Jong.
Yeah,
the Frankie de Jong regen.
Oh, okay.
These guys are cooking, man. You also signed Timo Werner, isn't it? You've signed Timo Werner. You guys are cooking.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Oh, that's good value for money there, Jay.
So the point is that like Eze, for me, I think Spurs is the best landing spot for him. City's also potentially a good landing spot, but City to me have to get rid of some players. No, listen.
Why is it a good landing
spot?
spot?
No, wait, Jay. You want it to be controversial.
Let me make
Spurs
my point.
is the best landing
Spurs
spot.
is the best landing spot for Eze, and let me explain why. Okay.
Wait, who else would be in for him if that was the case?
So first of all, Spurs are in for him.
No, I'm saying who else would have to be in for him for Spurs to be the best option?
How did this go for Arsenal to Tottenham? Like, how did that work, by the way?
Jay's got a main character syndrome, man. He loves to involve. I think Fofana should get involved with Spurs.
All I said was he's a player that I'd like Spurs to look at because he's undervalued. Yeah, you know that's what happens when you.
We didn't ask you anything about Spurs, bro. We didn't ask you anything about.
Hey, listen. All I was saying was I like Fofana. Yeah, he'd be a player that's.
You could have said that without talking about your club.
No, listen, I just saw it as a great opportunity to tangent into a more interesting topic for the viewers.
When has Spurs ever been an attractive topic for viewers, bro?
Okay, all right. But Eze, right? The reason why we're
Douglas Luiz and freaking Bruno Guimaraes. You're talking about Eze, bro. What are we doing here?
You're talking about these aren't even like Eze to Spurs.
I'm just following the consensus of the show. Okay. We were talking about Arsenal's midfield option, and we're on Eze going to Spurs.
Right. Okay, but let me explain. Look, first of all, right. Okay, so I don't know what people in the comments have seen from Eze that they're saying. First of all, have some goddamn respect. He plays for Crystal Palace. Have some damn respect, yeah, about what I'm saying here. Like we're trying to take him from like Ollie Watkins. He plays for Palace. Everyone just relax themselves, yeah. Any team in the top 6 is a massive upgrade from where he is. Step 1, okay. Point 2, he gets to stay in London. Hell, I don't even think he needs to move. He's got kids. They don't need to move their nursery. Good thing for the family.
Wait, you know his whole family.
Hey! This is an open mic night. So the point is, no, I'm joking, Patrick.
You're funny though. You know his whole family, man. Come on, you're even saying this stuff. This man is Eze watching this. If Eze watching this, please don't go on.
Come Eze. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Eze. But the point is, I was saying, okay, so look at the other teams, right? So City, yeah, you've got Grealish, yeah, you've got Doku. Bernardo's not guaranteed to leave this summer again. Savio's already just been signed. Yeah? I feel like you need to make a decision on one of your wingers before you bring somebody else, another creative player in. Yeah, I think you want to buy a central midfielder rather than an attacking midfielder first. And that would then allow Spurs to get ahead of City with regards to Eze. Arsenal don't need him. Yeah, they don't need him. They don't need that profile. They've got a number of players in that position. United, they're stocked on the left wing.
You said Arsenal don't need him.
Arsenal don't need Eze. They don't need that profile of player. They don't need that specific player. United don't need that profile of player.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Hey. Jay. A lot of these clubs could do with a good ball carrier. So Eze could go into any of these.
Guys, let me make my point. Yeah, United have Garnacho and Rashford left wing, Bruno and Mount in the attacking midfield. Where is the space for Eze? Where is the space for Eze in that team?
Okay, Arsenal.
I'll tell you when we
saw Arsenal, Jay.
Arsenal have got Trossard, Martinelli on the left. They've got Odegaard, Fabio Vieira, Emil Smith.
Wow, don't you dare.
Fabio,
Don't you
Fabio,
dare.
man said
Don't
Fabio.
you dare. Man said Fabio Vieira and ESR, bro. But hey,
Hold on, the
like,
thing is,
he's immediately ahead of those two. Immediately.
So my point is you don't. I said you don't need that profile. Yeah, if you're looking at Bruno, Douglas Luiz, Fofana, doesn't that tell you that you're looking for an 8? You're looking for a 6/8 to join the team.
It doesn't
Not
matter
an
what we're
8/10.
looking for. We're talking about whether we could use him in our
Well,
squad.
no, it wasn't. I said the best landing spot for Eze. I didn't say you couldn't use him whatsoever. I said
Okay, so where's he going to start for Spurs?
He's going to start.
Last time I checked, all right. Last time I checked, you've got now Timo Werner on loan.
Yeah,
You got Son that coming on the left. Last time I checked, you got
Werner,
Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson, and now you got this Egg Barley guy, Berg Valley, and who can also play 10. Frankie Young guy.
Don't forget
You've got
Mano Solomon as well. Baller.
Madison. You've got that Zionist as well.
Solomon
So
and
on that noticed.
Yeah. So for me, Eze would be a starting 8/10/left winger in this team.
You need a striker though. You need a striker. You need.
Well, Eze might even play false 9 for us. Hell, fuck it. Just throw him in there. Don't worry about that.
You see, you're just keeping it to suit your agenda, Jay.
No, there's no agenda here.
And I could easily say, Eze could start on the left for Martinelli because he's had a tough season. I could easily say that. Yeah, I could say that he could start in the middle with Rice. We could say that, and Odegaard, more of an attacking threat in the middle. So what's the difference?
You are entitled to make the defenses that you
I'm just saying, it's as soft a landing as Spurs would be. No?
Listen, I don't care about the pillowcases that you're lining up to justify Eze. Yeah, I know why Eze is coming Tottenham. Yeah, I know. I'll see you at the end of the transfer.
Okay, you want him. Okay, no problem.
All right.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, I would say that Man United don't need that profile, but we're looking at people like Cunha and stuff like that. You said left 8. You said Mount's going on the bet. Do you know what it is? When I deep it, Man United, as it currently stands, have got 3 midfielders. We need 3 more. What now? Do you understand? What now? So there you go. Then we can both play that game. But yeah, man, look.
You spent 60 million on Mount last summer.
But guess what? Yeah, I hear it, and that was a massive mistake. Less than that as well, but it's still shit.
Yeah, but how can you got Mount? You got Bruno. Have you still got Donny van der Beek?
Hey, brother, don't even
He's
mind.
been
You're mocking, James mocking.
Anyways, we're gonna end it there. We might be back later on potentially as well, so look out for that one. But if we are, do look. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, do smash the like button, do subscribe. Nearly on 23k, so big up to yourselves. And yeah, man, we'll be back later on. Big up to Kunle from Tunnel TV, and then also you got Patrick, True City fan, even though he doesn't know his
Let it go. Let it go.
He doesn't know Main Road.
Patrick Island. Island.
You know, somebody found me on a random channel, man. I was on a random United channel. Somebody said Patrick Island. I'm just here for Patrick Island. Like, oh, where did you find me?
Patrick Island, legendary.
In a bit.